You know, I guess I decided I was gonna make a video of a certain type today. Released a clip. So I've been told for a long while now, a number of people have told me that I should be a motivational speaker or I should be on a podcast. Well, you know what? I have no idea what I would talk about if I was on a podcast or speaking. And I don't even think that I'm that credible because I haven't shown my own success for doing it. So, what I was thinking for this little clip here is I'm just going to air some of my thoughts of what I'm working on right now. And if it's interesting, cool. If it's not, I guess I'll shut up. But you can scroll past. But recently I've been working on making these miniature Polaroid keychains. Now, I thought that this would be a easy task. I thought, oh, I can crank this out in like 2-3 weeks. Wow, was I wrong? 2.5 months or 3 months later almost. It feels embarrassing with how long it's taken me. But we finally got there. After making some in January, like, well, no, in July, sorry. I posted on the 1st, Canada Day, let's go. And I was making a bunch of wooden ones for free. I know, probably crazy. Some people are like, why the hell do you do free stuff? Well, I had no idea if anybody even liked it. And I've decided that I'm going to shoot down as many of my own ideas as possible until I'm left with ones that are actually decent. Because I don't want my hopes and dreams to be crushed by reality. I'm lame that way, I know. But what I've recently, well, what I started doing is I did a ton of search engine data research. I just found, created a list of 119 different unique types of jewelry. Yeah, using AI to create that list. Because I can't think of 119 different things, but it could. And then ask it to rank them by popularity because you know what? It's actually pretty good at gauging broad questions. Like AI, I found, is really, really good at these broad answer questions. A search engine normally will find you very specific piece of information. Doesn't mean it's right or it's good, but it will find you something very specific. It narrows it down. An AI though is able to give you the broad base, like the what is the general vague answer from the data. And I really love that for this kind of stuff. So it's actually really sharp at gauging stuff like broad popularity. So I shortlisted it on a 5-star system, took the ones that were top and, well, 5 and 4 stars. Then did some, um, I guess, deeper research by tossing those into a keyword search and getting the ranking of them for like how many searches per month they get broadly, and then how easy it is to rank in the top 10 organic search results. I use this free tool by what was it? Oh yeah, Hrefs, I believe it is, and it worked pretty well. It was like, it only shows you 20 results, but I'm cheap as hell, so I did this like 100 times, causing myself like freaking carpal tunnel almost. But well, actually more than 100 times. Made spreadsheets using AI, just dragging in there. Organized it, made it better. Eventually, I was able to create 400 opportunities, shortlisted it to 70, and picked a couple. This became keychains. But going back to what I was working on before, I then made these wooden ones for free. Crazy. Just post them on Facebook Marketplace. I was curious if this is even a good idea. Mini Polaroid keychains. Well, got a bunch of responses in 2 days. A ton of people, I think I got 60 replies, and a lot of them were wanting multiple photos, so that was a lot. And I'll admit, I'm embarrassed by it. I wasn't able to get through them all because I was relying on somebody else's equipment, Well, actually, I was using library equipment to do it, which was kind of embarrassing, but I didn't actually have access to uh, using equipment hands on, so I couldn't get consistent results, which was very tiring. But I did get a bunch made. That was good. The people that got them seemed happy with them, even though personally, I'll be honest, I constantly felt like, damn, this to me feels like bad. It feels like garbage. It feels like crap. And I don't know if that's just the perspective of myself, but that was what I constantly was thinking. Anyways, got them a bit better, then decided, okay, I need to do metal now. Got some metal engraved on it, was able to eventually figure out metal engraving. Sweet. But then I was like, wow, now I need to cut out of these plates. So I used a metal shearing machine, which is able to get very straight cuts, but it's very much eyeballing it to get it right on the edge of the Polaroid. I made one or two of these and decided that this is not a great method for cutting out the square. Then I used tin snips to cut off the corners, used a Dremel then to smooth it out, and used a drill press to drill out the hole. This process was way too clunky to be reasonable for making more than just like a couple. And so I went on a quest to find a metal cutting shop that could do it. Well, I got quotes from a ton of different places. One was in Quebec. A bunch of the rest were here in Edmonton. I think one was in Calgary. And so the one in Quebec, they make some parts for, surprisingly enough, Raytheon, but then they also at the same time make displays for L'Oreal perfume. Don't know, they're very much old jack of all tradesy, but they're apparently really reliable. So that was good. But the material that I had found for doing this, I was very happy with this certain type of anodized aluminum. Not to get too nerdy, but it is type 2 anodized aluminum that's been bead blasted and is black. Now, I also wanted 1 millimeter. Whenever I got these quotes, people would reference a different size of material than what I specified, and that made me think, they're probably not using the same material because I couldn't find this material in many places. So I decided, eventually, I found a company here in Edmonton. Really awesome people. Scanplast, support, represent, advertise them. But they have an interesting business of making WHMIS, I guess safety signage, and the oil and gas standardized plates for number plates for a bunch of companies in Western Canada. Now, so when I found them, just yawning there, but when I found them, just seeing that they deal with small plates of metal that they cut out and engrave on, I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. I was actually thinking like, oh, are they like, well, they could basically do something similar to what I'm doing, but then quickly realized that no, I'm just being really silly and derpy about this. They have their own thing. And I will keep on tinkering away with my jewelry. But yeah, worked with them. They did sort of really bang up job on the plates. For some reason, my mind just blanked out there that I requested, and so I got those. And then yeah, did more engraving. Um, Beat the machine that I'm using into submission. It's in a community maker space, but it works, gets the job done. And yeah, then I've basically just started listing them again, like metal ones, on Facebook Marketplace the other day because I truly think that's like one of the best places to list stuff because you can also hear from people why they like it. They'll tell you why they're getting it. They'll tell you um, like a ton of different details that you just can't get from a more, I guess, clinical or sterile online shopping experience. They either buy it or don't. They either click a heart or they don't. They don't favorite it, right? So you don't really know why they are wanting something or the context. But with Facebook Marketplace, because you can message people, you can get that. And so that makes also, I gotta say, very importantly to me, is when I see awesome little messages like people saying, "Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. Like my mother is going to really appreciate this. Like this is very valuable to her." In that case, I think with that one, I got a message kind of like that with someone who was apparently this lady, her mother's dog had died, and I was very sad to hear about that. But apparently, she said that one of the my wooden keychains would have been really valuable to her mother for just having something to remember the pet by. And I thought that's really beautiful. I can kind of do something like that because I don't know. It kind of I don't know. I like being able to tell people, put a smile on their face. It sounds cheesy. It sounds way too simple. But I don't know. I think maybe sometimes little simple things in life are worth pursuing. So I think that's what my thoughts have been for this moment. It's just rambling there, but hopefully it's not too much garbage. And if anybody listens to this, I'm surprised. Okay, take care. Bye.